feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
All right, for Trigger Man, back in the lab. And today, what we have here. All right, today we got a 3-stage Cadillac Escalade. This is one of those candy, not really old school urethane candy, but it is a factory candy type paint job, nevertheless, okay? So that's what we're gonna do. Paint code is 170H, all right? Plenty of blend room to the quarter panel and a good amount of blend room in the front there, all right? We're gonna do this just as simple as can be. No special mixing, dilutions, and all that crazy stuff. We're just gonna make it simple, all right? Some people over complicate this. They get in their head with it and they start wanting to do all this crazy stuff, and it don't have to be that, okay? Don't have to be that. Very simple. And today we're gonna make it simple. So I'm gonna go mask up, mix up, and we'll get to it.
Okay, so yes, let's try to make this as simple as possible. First off, base coat, of course. I concentrate on getting the coverage first before I start to do any blending. And if you know anything about Trigger, you know that I won't stop until I got coverage in the first coat. Okay. So that's all covered. I let that flash off about 8 minutes. Now I'll go ahead and start blending out a little. On these type of jobs, you do want to give a good amount of flash in between each coat, because you're putting on a lot of material from the bottom coat, the base, the mid coat, the clear coat. Okay, so I'll do a final little blend out here. Yeah, nothing crazy. And as you see right there, everything kind of starts to blend in together. The existing paint, which has the candy coat all over it already, everything kind of looks uniform. It almost kind of looks like if you just cleared the entire thing, it would be okay, which it wouldn't, but that's how I like to see my red 3 stages. Okay, and then so when you're putting on your mid coat, you're pretty much already there, you know. Same thing with white pearls. When I put down my base, I like to blend it out to where it almost just looks like you could clear it and it would be fine, which it never will, but I'm just saying that's the appearance. That's how I like to look at it. That's how I want my eyes to see it before I begin to put my mid coat. And as you see here, the truck came in, the rear bumper and the front bumper had already been painted. They were mismatched. I'm showing you the damage is still there on the dog leg. So this was before we started working on it. The front bumper, same thing. Dark, dark, dark as hell. Even one of the doors looked like it had been painted already. So, you know, sometimes when you get these type of jobs in that have already had some paint work on them and it's not correct, you kind of gotta choose what you're gonna do here. Do I want to blend all the way into that quarter panel to try to make that quarter panel match up with previous bad paint work? Same thing with the fender. Do I want to go into the fender to make that fender match up with bad paint work that's on the bumper? No, I don't. So I just try to keep what I have contained, small, do the best I can do with that, and that's it. So as you see, I bring the candy mid coat just slightly past the base coat, where the base coat final blend was. That's it. You don't want to start putting your mid coat over existing mid coat, because then you'll darken it at the edges. So this was 2 coats, 2 pretty heavy coats over the base coat, and that was it. Again, you see on that tape at the bumper, nothing on there. So whatever they had going on there, they're still going to have going on there. Okay, I am not gonna 23 psi with the Iwata WS400 Series 2. But yeah, I was not about to start to redo an entire side of a vehicle to try to match up with someone's previous bad paint work. Okay, and things like that, you open up a whole nother can of problems. You know, trying to do that, then I would have a problem, say if I wanted to blend the fender and make everything match up to that bumper. Then you could run into a problem with trying to darken it to match the bumper, then the fender doesn't match the hood. And you'll just be chasing your tail all day, all week. Unless that's something that the customer mentions and wants to pay for, then okay. But just to go doing it to please viewers, no. You know, a lot of you guys having these old, I don't know what they call it, but you just like have these things where, oh, there's a dent over there in the blend panel, why don't you just fix it? Or I would just fix it. Or, and it's like, you know, that's a giveaway. That's how you give away that you're really not that experienced and you haven't really worked in the trade that long, if you do, because you just don't do, you know. There's a dent at the other end of the blend panel. I would have just fixed that. Why didn't you fix it? Because then I would need to blend the next panel again for free, you know. So some of you guys, when you say that, you know, that's just a giveaway that you don't know what the hell you're talking about, you know. You think you're sounding smart and like you know your stuff, but it's just a giveaway. So we all know. But yeah, so that's basically it. You know, a couple coats of the base. Get the coverage first before you worry about doing any blending. Make sure your primer or your sealer is covered first. Okay. Then first coat of candy, mid coat over your base areas. Second coat over the base areas and then blend out some. Then if you need to do a third coat, same thing, blend out a little more. But try not to ever go edge to edge with these. Because then you're looking for trouble.
Oh, brother, right. Got it done. We got it done. That's what we're looking like. This is what we're looking like. Not too bad. Not too bad. Could be better. Could be worse. One little dirt. Is that a dirt nib? Yeah. A little dirt nib there. A little one there. Pretty clean for the most part. One there. But yeah, so yeah, that's it, man. Plain and simple, plain and simple. And for me, I just like to blend out my base until the base looks just about one with the panel. Sometimes I go a little further than other people, but that's what works for me. That's what I've always done. And yeah, that's the way I'm comfortable doing it. That's my technique, you know. Some would blend it a little shorter, keep it small, and then just let the mid coat kind of change that and then do your transition. You know, for me, I don't really care for that. So yeah, so that's that. So we'll get this, what's today? Wednesday, end of the day. So we'll get it out in the morning, take a peek, and see what we got.
See here. Now, see how the bumper, that was the front bumper to the fender. Completely dark. So those are the things I'm saying. And now if you look, the quarter panel to the bumper, it doesn't look horrible like it did in the picture earlier. So these things are tricky, man. You got to look at them at all different angles, under different lights, different times of day. Like, so many things change and flop and switch. Like even there with the fender to the hood, fender to the bumper, it didn't look horrible. This was the customer leaving. I tried to catch them when they got there, but when I came up, they were actually leaving with the vehicle. So all good. That's another shot at it from the side after we finished. So hopefully this helps some guys, man, that, you know, get a little in their head with these colors. It can be made very simple, or it can be made very complicated. You know, it's on the route you want to go. Me, I just like to put some base, blend it out, cover it, and be done, you know. But let me know. You guys do all the different formulas, mix in half base, half this, half candy, and base blender and all those different things. Well, let me know. We're all here to learn. So I want to thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Give a thumbs up if you did. And I will catch you in the next one. Peace.